Hi guys, good morning to everybody. This is Cal, and today is the 15th of January 2026. Crazy global market talk with Cal. Crazy anytime, anywhere. Hi guys, I'm now in Vietnam, and I'm be traveling to China very soon. Now, basically, Crazy is developing very, very widely, and we do have now other countries like India, Japan, Thailand, all coming forward to be part of this. All right. So we are growing very nicely here. So all thanks to you guys. So the thing is this, the most important thing is that when you hear this crazy global market talk with Cal, the objective is very simple. We will cover exactly what happened around the world. It's for you to take note. Now, end of the day, whether the market will be moving towards the directive of this market news is really up to the market to decide. Second, now when I share my view in the market, it's definitely based on my personal perspective. All right, it doesn't represent the company, nor anybody else. So the thing is this: when you do your own trading, please do your risk assessment. Now, one thing is that you cannot use whatever I say on this morning talk and then assume that the market will move in the particular direction, because anything can happen. It's like halfway the market can be going up and then a war break out and the market come down. Similarly, it could be the same thing. We are selling gold and the war came in and the gold shoot up. So it's all possible. So always do your risk management accordingly. Yeah, that's very, very important. All right. So with that, let's just start the morning by showing you what is happening around the whole world. Things are going very crazy everywhere right now. Let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the stock market first. Okay, shall we? All right. Now, the stock market has a back-to-back loss last night as tech continued to sell off, and Bank of America, the share came off nicely, then came slided later on. So the S&P 500 dropped by 0.53%, primarily due to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was down quite a fair bit. The Nasdaq was down by 1%. Now, this is basically the second consecutive day of losses for the three indices. And the primary was because Broadcom fell by 4%, and Nvidia, Micron technology dropped by 1%. And of course, there are some ongoing rumors, not too sure, that the Chinese custom authorities have advised custom agents that NVIDIA H200 chips are not permitted to enter the country. Oh my God. I mean, I thought it was already approved. I'm not too sure why it has changed again, as usual. Now, Wells Fargo, among the laggard, fell by 4% after the company posted weaker than expected earnings. Yeah, but Bank of America and Citibank were trading lower despite their result beating consensus. So you see, it's like that. Yeah, the results are good, but the market sells. So it's really dependent on the market. It's not solitary based on the fundamental of the earnings. All right. So usually when the earnings are kind of expected, usually players will buy in advance. So when the day comes, the earnings release is nothing too spectacular or in line, they will sell. That's usually the case. So that's why market, you always buy before it happened, not buy after it happened. Yeah. But I think the most important thing is this. Citibank has fell for 7%. Bank of America, 6%. Wells Fargo, almost 7%. This actually tells you a very clear signal that the banks are going to have problems soon, because the banks have been basically making money through the high interest rate environment. But at the same time, they also have a massive, massive problem with the US bonds. So to me, it's all right. Okay, the banks are not a time to buy. As a matter of fact, the bank selling now really makes things a little bit more confirmed that the US economy or the US sentiment is actually more to the bear side than the bull side. All right, you can see that the running ticker now on the screen on CNBC shows that the tension between US and Iran is going to be crazy. Iran briefly closes airspace as US tension rises. Now that means that there has a potential of a fight, a war, or an attack on Iran. So this morning we have one of our friend posting out something about the potential of a 24 hours, within 24 hours, there will be a escalation of the issue between US and Iran. I don't think it happened today, because today is that's a Thursday. If I can guess it correctly, it will be on Saturday or Sunday. This is how I see it, right? As usual. Okay, so now the thing is this, whether or not there will be an attack on Iran, we're not too sure, but we all do know that if there is an attack, two things will definitely shoot up the sky first. That will be the oil price and there'll be gold. So we'll be covering these two later, yeah? Now, the killing spree has continued, in my opinion. Well, apparently they say that there is some stopping, but it is not really clear. I saw some reports saying that, right, the numbers now from the official numbers is 2,000 people have perished during this escalation. But of course, 2,000 is from the official report. So usually official report, you just multiply by a few numbers, you should get the exact figure, yeah. Now, of course, Donald Trump has canceled all the meeting with the Iranian officials, so that means that he doesn't want to talk anymore. I mean, obviously, he's going for the thing that he wants, that is crude oil, in my opinion. All right. Now, Russia is looking very closely because their ally is Iran, and China also watching very closely because China also support Iran. So it's something that we need to take note of. Very interesting. Then, of course, Donald Trump says that Denmark has fundamental disagreement over Greenland, but we keep on talking. But we all know that the people will prefer to Denmark over USA. So that is what Greenland Prime Minister says. All right. Now we all waiting for this itself, right? Whether the High Court, Supreme Court will basically um, reject or basically claims that Donald Trump tariff is illegal or illegal. So it's still on the fight right now. So there's no news yet. Bank of America news, we done saw that. Citibank was okay too. All right, and of course, there are some now ongoing murmuring says that now the gold is going to hit 5,000 and silver to 100. Now, I given my view yesterday on gold and crude oil yesterday and Bitcoin. So take a look at my latest MAO video on our YouTube channel. All right. Okay, so there's a lot of news this morning, cover a lot of stuff today. So let's go right into the technical side and see what do we have for the technical side. Yeah. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so let's look at the gold price first. Now, this morning, the gold price, opening price is 4,630, and the moment the gold opened, the gold start to sell off, yeah? So what's the reason? Because apparently the market was buying in anticipation that the thing will happen yesterday, but it didn't. So when the market didn't see what they want, the market sold off instead. And of course, again, there's some ongoing murmuring says that there's some peace talk going on. You know, it's everywhere in the news, so that's why the market actually takes up profit this morning. But the thing is, to me, more important is that today there's a pivot 2 here at 4616. Now, this pivot 2 tells me that the market, if breaks below pivot 2, you should sell because below OP, below pivot 2, no matter what you tell me, it's always a sell. There's nothing to negotiate on this area. Okay, now never fight the pivots. Yeah, all right. The other thing that really concerned me was yesterday, I told you, right, when I saw the 4 diamond, I told you to be careful. Now, when you see 4 diamond, it actually gives you two perspectives. One is that it may continue to move up because of direction. Two, it may give a pullback signal. So in this case right now, if you put a diamond line, which is put a white color line, okay, one. Right, you put a white diamond line, you can see that the market stays below the white diamond line. And because it stays below the white diamond line, that basically tells you very clearly that the market today may have some resistance as long as the market cannot go above OP. Now you notice that today my MT4 is quite fast today. Yeah, what I did is that after so many years, I have not reinstalled my MT4. But this morning when I tried to turn it on, it was really very slow, but my internet was moving fine. So what I did is I uninstalled everything and I selected my cache to be delete away all the personal files and I reinstall MT4 and now it works very, very fast. Okay, so guys, if you have faces a problem whereby you have internet, it's okay, but MT4 is very slow. It's time to, do some backup. So what must you do first? You must backup your files first and then remember your password and your ID and then you uninstall them and make sure you remove all your personal information. Okay. All right, so what happened is that the market came down and it touches the KCB. Now the KCB was touched this morning and then it rebounded. So let's go into 5 minute chart to take a look, yeah, to see this better. Now you can see right now, right, with the zoom right now, see the speed wise, oh, this is so fast. Compared to yesterday, it was very crazy. Okay. All right, so let's see the 5 minute chart. How do we trade the 5 minute chart goal? Yeah, we do it slowly, yeah. Okay, make it a bit bigger. Okay, so first of all, this morning when the gold open, once you go below OP, red candle is a sell. We don't need to even bother to know what to do because it's so simple, right? You just don't need to think so much. Below OP is always a sell. Above OP is always a buy, right? And of course, the red candle confirm it, yeah? Okay, so because the red candle, the market came down, and then the next thing is pivot two was around this area. So when the market closed below pivot two, that's why you have this market immediately sell down. Yeah, the market immediately sell down. The only thing is that the KTR minus one was done very early in the morning, and then you can see very clearly this is the MLP. Now MLP is a very powerful signal, so the market holds the MLP very nicely for about 25 minutes. Then a blue diamond came in, all right, whereby you basically see it went up. But the thing is this, because pivot 2 was right on top of us, it had become a very strong resistance on top. Yeah, very strong resistance. Okay, so because of that, then after that, when the market goes down and trades below the pivot 2, and it's a red candle again below OP, below pivot 2, red candle, it's a sell. So it came down, that's the MLP, you can see that, and it tried to rebound, but the rebound has no strength. Now you realize this, right? When the market is going down, you always see that usually on the way down, you will see the single yellow or the most two yellows on the side. And that usually is a telltale sign to sell. So truth be told, when I saw this guy turning yellow and then flip to red, I sell again. And this time around, I aim for KTR minus 2. So remember in my drawing just now in this Telegram and everywhere, I draw the first wave first. I say that it will hold around MLP, then you go to KTR minus 2. Remember, if you don't see it right, you can check on you can check on Telegram or check on this Zalo. I all put it there. Okay, that's a very nice picture that I draw earlier. All right, I try to get it for you now. Let me show to you. Yeah, this picture, remember? All right, so what I did is that prior to the picture, I show you that the market will come down first, hang around the MLP. Really, as you can see, I really draw there, it hang around MLP. And then after that, I say that the market will go down to KTR minus 2. So the market really hangs around the MLP and then zoom came down to KTR minus 2. So all this drawing that I put it here is not for fun, okay? I draw it with an intention and I do feel the market, and that's called market pulse or in sync. And you can see after that, the market truly, really, really came down to this KTR minus 2, right? So it's not to brag about this. It's just that you know that when I send you these pictures, I have a meaning behind it. Yeah. Now, of course, you were asking why didn't you predicted the market will rebound from here? Okay, that I can't do that. Now, there's a KCB here. It's at 4588, and the market really hit the KCB a technical level here, and the market rebounded. So that again, all these are the key these crazy levels that you can see why it stops here, why it comes here, why it rebound. Everything can be explained by crazy. Okay, so that's why crazy is a very powerful system. It's simple to use, but if you want to make money from it and make a lot of money, you can go in depth. Yeah. Okay, so that is the gold price today. So gold price now thing is this. My personal take is that if gold price is to go up instead due to the tension that happened in Iran, then there's a very high chance that gold will go to KTR plus one later. So guys, take a look. If gold price now, we have a stacked diamond here. You can see it's a stacked diamond. I think it's a very good buy here. Right, you can buy gold somewhere around here right now. Okay, this is going live right now. You can buy some gold around here. Okay, of course, do your risk management, secure your understanding here. Okay, let me just get myself on. Okay, so why do I say that gold is a buy here? Because it's a stacked diamond. You can see that. And the market is now above the MLP, which is a very good sign. And of course, the next thing is this is nearing the pivot 2. So once the market crossed the pivot 2, I believe that that will push the gold higher. And if it does push, the first target will be OP, and then it will mount to this KTR plus one rather easily. Yeah. So traders, I've given you my personal take on the market. Up to you to decide. You have your own rights to do whatever you think is correct. So I'm looking to buy towards KTR plus one. So plus one is 4648. All right. Now, because it's 4648.4, 4648.59, that is the KTR plus 1. So normally we minus 1, we give 4647.59. Now, because 59 is a more than a point 0.5, so to play it very safe, I will put my TP at 4647. Okay, so some of you can put at 4647.59, but for me itself, I'll put my TP at 4647. Okay, I'll put my TP at 4647. Now it's up to you guys. Different people, different style. There's no right or wrong here. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so you just do what your thing is correct. Yeah. Now, if the gold price is to really shoot up because of whatever reason that's happening now in Iran, I mean, war is no good, yeah, but we can stop them happening. If that happen, right, the next target gold can go all the way is 4683 for today. All right, 4683 for today. It is actually not say impossible because let me explain to you why I say that. Give me a minute. Let's take a picture here. Yeah. Okay, let me explain to you why 4683 is possible. Now, one thing is that we can see there is a very strong uptrend here while the boys were selling. All right, so there was a lot of pent-up energy here, and the market really at the overbought region, but the market just keep on buying, and you can see the tail are there. Okay, so the thing is this: if that is the case, we do a simple mathematics here. Everyone follow me. All right, so this is let's say this is the start of the uptrend movement, and this is the impact. So if you put this together, okay, that is 4600, make it easier, yeah? And here's 4345, okay, make it easier. So the difference is $55, right? $55. Now remember this, I got no preparation for this MAO, but I just feel that what I was saying next is going to be very interesting. So if you take this number now, this is 4600 plus $55, we will see at least 4655. Okay, so if there's going to be another lift because of some bombing somewhere, and then it may burst all the way to 4683. So if you ask me itself, right, I think gold first target should be able to see 4655 if gold stays above OP today. All right, 4655 today or tomorrow. So guys, this is my view on gold. 4655 is definitely a whole new, or a brand new number that no one in the world have seen it before. So let's take a pinch of salt and see whether will I be correct. Yeah. Okay, so that is gold. We do block gold today, quite a bit of stuff. The next one is the Dow Jones, obviously. Okay, Dow Jones today we have a CCYR, all right, but then the market is above pivot one, so it's very different from the gold market. Now above OP, above pivot one is a buy. So at the moment now it is a buy for this gold Dow Jones, all right. But the KCB on top now is blocking it a bit at 49156. Now 49156, this number yesterday I was watching it. The market keep on hitting it, coming down, hitting, coming down. Yeah, this number. So with the KSI green, it's more clear that the market still refuses to go down, right? So the thing is this, take note, yeah. If you look at the historical chart here, now every time we turn red color, while the KSI is green, objectively the next day the market if it turns yellow is a very strong buy up. Okay, it's a very strong buy up if it turns yellow color. Okay, very important. So guys, take note of that, yeah? Now on the flip note, okay, if the market, okay, if the market really turns from yellow to red and comes with the KSI red, ooh, then the selling can be torrid, yeah? So we've seen these two action. Let me take a look now. So from here to here, it's down by 1,400 points. So let's keep with you a number, 1,400 points. And then from here to here, it's about 1,400 points or so. So which means that in both occasions, when the market from yellow turns to red, and with the KSI red, we do have 1,400 points downside. Okay, so this is very important mathematics. I repeat, I did not prepare anything today, but it's just that when I'm in the mood or in the feel of sharing, all these numbers just come by itself, yeah. And so let's do the numbers back now. We just move back the number. So based on where we are right now, let's say the opening price is 49,100, all right? So let's say the opening price here is 49,100. So minus 1,400 points will give you, right? 47,700, right? Okay, so which means that if the Dow Jones come down, we can see 47,700. So you move backward, right, to find where is this number. Okay, so I'm going to do a reverse back here, 47,700. Okay, you can see the number will end somewhere around here. And it makes a lot of sense because if there is going to be any buyout over here towards the market, the stop loss will definitely be this area, right? Correct. So for the market to pull back to this potential area, it is very, very possible. And if the market comes down here and rebound because the KSI, if retains as green, this could be a very good bottom buy. Okay, all clear? If all clear, press one, everybody. Today, sharing is really we call it gao gao, yeah, meaning we do a lot of sharing today. We just want you to benefit from this. Hopefully that you can make money out of this, yeah. Okay. Now, of course, if there's going to be a war in Iran, definitely the stock market is going to sell. That's definitely for sure. Because we saw what happened in Afghanistan. It happened before, so it will happen again. And interestingly, I just saw a report that says that the Bazi of Afghanistan and Iran is actually of the same character, same element. So this is very, very interesting, yeah. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the next market, and that's oil. Now, oil, as you can see, yesterday oil shoot up to $62. Then after that, today is a doji directional day. So now you can see that oil price coming down because apparently there was no fight overnight. So the market kind of, okay, let's take some profit. Okay, so the thing is this, if the market is so bullish, where will it stop? It will stop somewhere around here. If you ask me, in my PTP, we learned this thing called advanced MLP. It should be somewhere around here. So that is somewhere, let me take a look. That should be giving me around $60.20. So we are now slightly lower. So $60.20 will be a very important level for this crude oil. If crude oil later do rebound above $60.20, then I think crude oil price can go up again. Now, of course, if Iran thing is to happen, then of course $64 is really possible. $64 for crude oil is actually very possible. So traders watch out for that. And KSI is green, so it's even giving me more stronghold. But of course, if the market do pull back because the market, hey, come on, there's no war, then of course this crude oil can come back all the way down to $58.89. That is the downside. KCB, that one we won't charge anymore. So take a look. Yeah, so upside is Mars cross $60.20. All right, then the upside $64, downside is $58.89. Okay, so again, this is all very interesting stuff that I'm sharing now. Hopefully you like it. Yeah. Okay, then that is the one done. And the next one will be on NASDAQ. Okay, the NASDAQ, as you can see, is very clear. The Nasdaq is down, but it's a KCL at 25753. So it was a KCL that was created 5 days ago. And very interestingly, the markets failed to stay above the KCL, which leads to yesterday, once the market touches KCL, the market immediately sell down. And when it came down, I saw it was below OP, below MLP, right? Just sell all the way down. And when you reach down there, a technical point, you can see the market really going for a technical point and rebounded. And from here right now, we are at the crossroad between the further upside and the MA30. Now, the MA30 is 25,483. It's very, very nearby. And the thing is this, the market today is below OP and below MLP. And the candle is red color, KSI turn red. So I believe that there will be some selling pressure very soon. So if you ask me where can this NASDAQ go, if you pick on the chart, well, it can come down to here, somewhere around here. And that will give you approximately around 25. Okay, so that will give you 25,2,543. On let's double check a while. 243, yeah. Okay, so if the Nasdaq do fall, this number 25,243 will be downside. But if the market breaks up above MA then the first target definitely will be MLP. Yeah, if the market stays above the OP and MA, it should be going to 25,591. Okay. All right, the last one and the Bitcoin is the one. Now, Bitcoin, we've been calling for buy the last few days, and it is really happening. Yesterday we called for buy, previously called for buy, yesterday called for buy, and it really hit to 97,000 just as the number we mentioned yesterday. The next number is looking for is 104. Yeah, I remember. So guys, take note of this. Today is below OP. So now we should be looking for some support at MLP first. If the market fail, then we can see pulling back to 94,000. But if not, then there's a very high chance for Bitcoin to continue to rise up to the 104,000 that we mentioned. Now, of course, not too sure if a war will do anything to Bitcoin because there's no really any direct link over here. But of course, when the war comes in, the gold price, the dollar will actually strengthen. Yeah, take note of that. So that will give some pressure on all these companies. So gold could be an initial buy because of the knee-jerk effect, but after that, the strong dollar will push the gold price down. So probably also another reason why today you can see that the gold price coming off a little bit at the moment. Yeah, but now it's coming back up again. Now back to 4613. So I think this is a very strong buy on gold at the moment. Yep. Okay, guys, I finished my today's sharing. I hope you like it. Right, it's a lot of things today. Please digest this, and I see you again. This is Cal signing off. Take care and have a great time. Bye bye.